Hello everyone, welcome back to GK Today. Myself Sia Verma and very good morning. I hope you all are doing very well. So, in this session, we are going to cover today's most important questions, in-depth analysis with static GK revision, and we will end this session with the quiz. Fine. Also, these questions are part of daily 20 MCQ series, which is available on GK Today application. Fine. So the first question is, which country hosts the International Air Exercise Tarang Shakti 2024? So the answer is India. India will host the International Air Exercise named Tarang Shakti, and it is first time for India to host such exercise Tarang Shakti 2024. Fine. So India is hosting Tarang Shakti, the largest international air exercise in two phases. The first one is in August in Tamil Nadu and the second in Rajasthan in September. Fine. And the event aims to strengthen strategic relation, inviting 51 countries with 30 participating members. Fine. Phase 1 in Tamil Nadu includes France, Germany, Spain, and the UK, and the phase 2 in Rajasthan include Australia, Bangladesh, Greece, Singapore, UAE, and the USA. Fine. And the exact location for phase 1 is at Sulur area in South India. Fine. And the exact location for the phase second is at Jodhpur in Rajasthan. Fine. So here the key discussion point is Indian Air Force. So the Air Force ranks include Marshal of the Indian Air Force, and the second most rank is Air Chief Marshal. Presently the Air Chief Marshal is Vivek Ram Chaudhary and his rank is 4-star rank, and the only one Marshal of the Indian Air Force is Arjun Singh, and his rank is 5-star rank officer with the Air Force, and he is the only and the first one with a 5-star rank officer with the Air Force, and his rank is Marshal of Indian Air Force. Fine. Next one is Jumur, recently seen in the news, is a traditional dance performed in which state? So the answer is Assam. So, Jumur is a traditional dance form of Assam. Recently, the Assam government plans a large Jumur dance scale dance performance with 8,000 T tribe artists. That's why this question was in news. So, basically, Jumur is a traditional autumn dance performed by young girls with men playing instrument, and it reflects the daily life activities of the state Assam. Fine, that's why this question was in news. Let's move to the next one. Next one is, what is Parkinson disease recently seen in the news? So the answer is a progressive neurological disorder. So basically Parkinson disease is a progressive neurological disorder. Basically it affects the movement and balance, typically starting around the age of 60. And the main cause of Parkinson disease is the degeneration of nerve cells in the part of the brain called the substantia nigra, which control movement. Fine. And the symptoms of Parkinson disease include sleep problems, depression, cognitive changes. Fine. So, primarily affect man and is caused by the degeneration of nerve cells in the substantia nigra. So, that's why this question was in news. So, basically, you have to remember Parkinson disease is a progressive neurological disorder, and its cause, the main cause is the degeneration or damage of nerve cells in the substantia nigra, which is a part of brain. Fine. And symptom included reduced dopamine and slow movement, depression, and cognitive changes. Fine. Let's move to the next one. Next one is Tejas light combat aircraft recently seen in the news is developed by which organization? So recently Tejas light combat aircraft is in news, and the why it is in news, because recently the Indian Air Force is experiencing delay in receiving Tejas aircraft from HAL, impacting its readiness. Fine. And it is developed by DRDO with the assistance of HAL. HAL stands for Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, and its headquarters is in Bangalore and established in 1940 by Walchand Hirachand. Fine. So Tejas is a 4.5 generation supersonic fighter developed by DRDO and HAL to replace older MiG-21 and Su-7 jets. Fine. The most important points of Tejas light combat aircraft. The first one is Tejas is the second supersonic fighter developed by the HAL after the HF-24 Marut. HF-24 Marut is the Asia's first supersonic fighter, and after HF-24 Tejas is the second supersonic fighter. Also, the Tejas is the first Indian developed fighter aircraft and it is developed by DRDO and HEL. Fine. Let's find the key discussion point of Indian Air Force as well. So, Indian Air Force established on October 8, 1932, and the motto of Indian Air Force is Nabha Sparsham Diptam, which translates to touch the sky with glory, and it is the world's fourth largest air force in terms of both personnel and aircraft. And presently, the Chief of Air Force is Mr. Vivek Ram Chaudhary, and he is a 4-star rank holder. Fine. Let's move to the next one. Next one is what are kind lines recently seen in the news? So the answer is adapter protein that exists inside the cell. So kind lines are adapter protein that exists inside the cell. And recently a study revealed kind lines protein in a cell membranes may lead to new cancer treatment. So kind line protein will be used in cancer treatment. Fine. Basically, the concept of kind lines include conversion of mechanical signal into biochemical ones, and biochemical signals is responsible for the communication and movement in the nerve cell and nerve system of the body. Fine. Let's move to the next one. Next one is Hulangappa Gibbon Wildlife Sanctuary, recently seen in the news, is located in which state? So, Hulangappa Gibbon Wildlife Sanctuary, and it is located in Assam. Answer is Assam. So recently, the Union Environment Ministry approved oil and gas drilling in Lungappa Gibbon Wildlife Sanctuary. That's why this question was in news. The Union Environment Minister is Bhupendra Yadav, and he approved oil and gas drilling in this sanctuary. The exact location is at Jorhat district in Assam, and it is the home to the densest Hulok gibbon population in India and established in 1997. Also, the Bugdoi River create a waterlogged area in wildlife sanctuary, and its origination point is from Nagaland. Fine. That's why this question was in news. Let's move to the next one. Next one is Landslide Atlas of India, recently seen in the news, is prepared by which organization? So, Landslide Atlas of India. So the answer is ISRO, Indian Space and Research Organization. So recently, Wayanad, Kerala experienced a deadly landslide that killed nearly 200 people, and that's why Landslide Atlas of India was in news. And this landslide in Kerala, it is ranked 13 in ISRO's 2023 Landslide Atlas data, which cover 147 districts in 17 states and 2 UTs. Fine. The atlas maps 80,000 landslides from 1998 to 2022 using satellite imagery to access socioeconomic exposure. Fine. So basically, Landslide Atlas of India, it is developed by ISRO and National Remote Sensing Center. Generally, NRSC of ISRO conduct aerial remote sensing survey. NRSC stands for National Remote Sensing Center, and they conduct aerial remote for ISRO's research, and it play a key role in disaster management support and services in India. Fine. Let's move to the next one. Next one is Nakala Port, recently seen in the news, is located in which country? So Nakala Port, and it is located in Mozambique. Answer is Mozambique. Why it was in news? Because recently India restarted tur dal import from Mozambique Nakala Port after a disruption. Fine. Mozambique is a Southeast African country with a long Indian Ocean coastline and borders 6 countries, and it has major rivers like Zambezi and Limpopo, and is rich in resources such as gold and copper. Fine. That's why this question was in news. Nakala Port located in Mozambique. Let's move to the next one. Next one is Likumbi drug, which was seen in the news, is used to treat which disease? So, Likumbi drug used to treat Alzheimer. So, it's a Alzheimer care drug. Recently, Likumbi and fourth antibody therapy slows Alzheimer's progression by removing beta amyloid from the brain. So, the cause of Alzheimer is the presence of beta amyloid in the brain, and Lecanemab will be used to remove this from the brain. The most symptoms of Alzheimer include dementia, mild memory loss, and it can also lead to severe communication issue. Generally, symptoms appear after the age of 60 with risk increase as age rises. So, Alzheimer, basically it was described by the Dr. Alois Alzheimer in 1906, and almost 5.5 million people in the US living with Alzheimer, and women are most likely to develop Alzheimer than men. Let's move to the next one. Next one is, recently which country has become India's second largest liquefied natural gas supplier? So the answer is US, United States. So United States has become India's second largest LNG supplier. So the US is now India's second largest LNG supplier after Qatar, and Qatar is the first largest supplier of LNG to India. Fine. LNG is increasingly seen as a green energy alternative, and as per study in 2023, the US became the world's top LNG exporters just because of its lower prices and closer shipping routes. Fine. So you have to remember the India's second largest LNG supplier is US. Fine. So now let's move to the revision session. So recently, which country hosts 21st edition of the multinational joint military exercise Khan Quest 2024? So the answer is Mongolia. Which country will host the 28th Malabar Naval exercise in October in collaboration with the US, Japan, and Australia? So the answer is India. Which country is host of exercise Pitch Black 2024? So the answer is Australia. Where was the 16th edition of India Mongolia joint military exercise Nomadic Elephant held? So the answer is Umroi, Meghalaya. Indian Army elected recently conducted joint military exercise May 3 with which country's army? So the answer is Thailand. Recently, where was the 29th edition of the Biennial Rim of Pacific exercise held? So it was at Hawaii, USA. Which countries recently participated in trilateral multi-domain exercise named Freedom Age? And the answer is South Korea, US, and Japan. Fine. Also, exercise FOPAX, recently seen in the news, is a joint military exercise between which two countries? So the answer is India and Egypt. Fine. Let's move to the next. Next one is Kalaripayattu, recently seen in the news, is a traditional martial art form popularly practiced in which state? So the state is Kerala. Nauka Beach is a traditional boat race of its state. So the answer is West Bengal. Gulal Gota, recently seen in the news, is a traditional festival of this city. So the answer is Jaipur, Rajasthan. Shumang Leela is a traditional form of theatre, and in which state? So the answer is Manipur. Ratapani Wildlife Sanctuary, recently seen in the news, is located in which state? So the answer is Madhya Pradesh. Manjira Wildlife Sanctuary, it is in Telangana. Ponglakha Wildlife Sanctuary, it is in Sikkim. Koina Wildlife Sanctuary, it is in Maharashtra. Grathia Bay Wildlife Sanctuary, it is in Andaman and Nicobar Island. Barda Wildlife Sanctuary, it is in Gujarat. Gandhi Sagar, it is in Madhya Pradesh. And Binsar Wildlife Sanctuary, it is in Uttarakhand. Fine. Let's move to the next one. Recently, which countries announced the Climate Finance Action Fund as part of its initiative for the UN Climate Change Conference COP29? So it's this step of Azerbaijan. Which country has emerged as the top recipient of Indian government aid to foreign countries according to the Union Budget 24-25? So the answer is Bhutan. Recently, which country became a full member of Marcos Group? So the answer is Bolivia. Marcosa Group. Recently, which country has unveiled the country's new air-to-surface missile dubbed Wind Demon? Answer is Israel. Hamza Huz, who recently passed away, was the former vice president of which country? So the answer is Indonesia. Death Valley, it is in USA. Yellowstone National Park, it is in United States. And recently, where was the country's 500th community radio station inaugurated? Answer is Aizawl. Fine. Now let's have a look to the today's quiz question. So here on the screen you can see questions of the quiz and you have to answer these in the comment box. Fine. So with this we are winding up our session. Till then please do revision and take care, and we will meet with the next session.